Hi, it's Miss Fitzgerald here again for our math lesson for this Tuesday. So let's get started with our unlock the problem. It says Felix is passing out raffle tickets. He passes out 98 tickets and has 57 left. How many raffle tickets did he have to start? Let me read it one more time. Felix is passing out raffle tickets. He passes out 98 tickets and has 57 left. How many raffle tickets did he have to start? Okay, so first we have to figure out what do we know and what is important. So we know that Felix was passing out tickets. He passes out 98 tickets and still has 57 left. So he gave away 98 tickets and he still has 57 tickets left, which is very important. Next, we have to figure out what we are trying to find and what is the question. So we have to figure out how many raffle tickets did Felix have at first. So before he passed out his 98 tickets, how many tickets did he have? And I see our question right here, right? So our question is how many raffle tickets did he have to start? So that's what we're trying to answer. And then what is the unit? What are we talking about? We're talking about raffle tickets, right? So that's our unit. How will we use the information to solve the problem? So what do we need to do? So we need to be thinking about, he passed out 98 tickets, he has 57 left. So if I put these two numbers together, it should help me solve the problem. We can use that information to help us think about which operation we need to do to figure out how many tickets he had to start in the beginning before he passed anything out. And then we need to solve. So we're going to be using the numbers 98 and 57. I want you to think about what operation we need to use here to figure out how many he had in the beginning. And then we need to make sure we always answer in a complete sentence. So if our question is how many raffle tickets did he have to start, we would say Felix had blank tickets to start, or blank raffle tickets to start. And that would be our unlock the problem for today. Okay, so for fluency today, we are doing what is the difference, okay? So we have 400s take away 100. So my 10s and my 1s are the same, right? They have zeros. So I gotta look at my hundreds place. 4 take away 1 is 3, and my 0 take away 0 is still 0, right? So my 1s and my 10s does not change, okay? And remember, for fluency, we're trying to do this in the quickest and most efficient way. So now I have 605 take away 205. In my ones place, I have 5. 5 take away 5 is 0, right? My tens place has zeros. We know that's still 0. 6 take away 2 is 4. So that answer would be 400. Now for 901, take away 501. Same thing, looking at my ones place for first, I have 1 take away 1, which is 0. My tens place, 0 take away 0 is still 0. 9 take away 5 would be 4. Same answer as above. Next one. This time my ones place is 0 take away 0, 0. I have 5 take away 5, 5. 8 take away 5 for my hundreds place. I had 800s take away 500s, 300 left. Last one. 5 take away 5 is 0. 2 take away 2 is 0. Now my hundreds place. 700s take away 100 is 6. 600. Okay. And there's our fluency practice for today. Okay, So it says partition each shape into thirds and then shade the shapes as indicated. So if we are breaking something into thirds, that means we are breaking it into 3 equal parts or 3 equal shares. So we're going to break this into 3 equal parts or shares. And again, mine might not look perfect, but I'm going to try my best. Okay, so I would just need 2 lines, right? Because I have to draw 2 lines. That breaks it into thirds. So that's step 1. I got to do each one into thirds. That's a bad one. Okay, mine's probably not the perfect equal shares, right? But it'll do. Okay, so now I split all of my shapes into thirds. So now I need to shade the shapes as indicated. So for number 1, it says 3/3. So if I'm shading in 3/3, there's 3 parts. That equals a whole, right? So the whole thing should be shaded in. For the next one, it says shade in 2/3. So 2 of my 3 pieces would be shaded in. And then for my last one, it says 1/3. So 1 of my 3 pieces would be shaded in. So that's how that would look. First, I had to break it into thirds, and then I needed to look at how many thirds or equal parts it was asking me to shade in. Okay, so now let's think. Are these halves or thirds? And I know everyone is saying these are halves, right? Because it is 2 equal parts or 2 equal shares. If it was thirds, it'd be 3 equal parts or 3 shares. Okay, now it says, let's draw one more line to partition the shapes into fourths. So halves is 2 equal parts or shares. Thirds is 3 equal parts or shares. So fourths means I should have 4 equal parts or shares. So it's telling me I should just have to draw one more line. So I'm thinking if I draw my one more line across, now I have 4 parts, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. For this one, I have to really think about this because if I go here, I'm not sure if that's going to be equal parts. So I'm going to go diagonal. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. It's fourths, right? Let me write them in this one too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Next, just like the first one. And now I have fourths, 2, 3, 4. And this last one. This says one line, right? Or I've gone about a different way. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4s. Because if it's into fourths, that means I would have 4 equal shares. Okay. So now it says I need to partition each shape, okay, which means to put it in the correct equal shares, and then shade as indicated. So if this one is telling me that I'm going to need to that I'm going to need to shade in 2 fourths, then that means I need to split this into fourths. That's really crooked, so I'm going to erase that and try again. Still crooked. Okay, we're going to go with it. And then I got to do one more across like we just did. And now I have it into fourths, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I says I'm going to shade in 2 halves. So halves is the same as having 2 equal shares. So I say to split it down the middle. 1, 2, now it's in halves. And this one says 2/3. So I need to put this into thirds. I'm going to kind of do it like this. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. So now I can shade in as indicated, right? So this says 2/4. So 1, 2 of my fourths. Or look, half of my circle is now shaded in. 2 halves, 1 half, 2 halves. The whole thing will be shaded in. 2/3, 1/3, 2/3. Okay? And when you're doing this, friends, your lines should look much better than my computer lines. It's kind of hard to draw with this computer pen, but you should be able to, with a pencil, really kind of get them into the equal parts. Okay, so now we have a problem that we're going to solve. So we're going to be splitting. This is a pizza. So imagine this is a pizza with all the good toppings, all your favorite toppings on it. And it says split the pizza so that Aubrey, Jessica, and William each have an equal share. And then we need to figure out which fraction was eaten by each student and how much did they eat altogether. So we have Aubrey, Jessica, and William who are splitting this pizza. We need to make sure they each have an equal share, right? Because it wouldn't be fair if somebody had a bigger piece than the other. So it is 1, 2, 3 students, which means my pizza needs to be in 3 parts. Or thirds, right? Okay. So now my pizza is in thirds. Again, it's a little bit crooked, but imagine it's perfect 3 equal parts. So I have a piece for Aubrey, I have a piece for Jessica, and I have a piece for William. Okay. So the next part says, which fraction was eaten by each student? So like, how much pizza did Aubrey eat? How much pizza did Jessica eat? How much pizza did William eat? So it's broken into 3 parts, which means each student got 1/3. So that's how we write that in fraction part, or what, or words, 1/3. Okay, so that is the fraction eaten by each student. Okay, now I'm going to change my color because now I need to figure out how much did they eat all together. So they were really, really hungry. They had a really late lunch. They each ate their 1/3. So if all 3 of them ate their whole 1/3 piece of the pizza, how much did they eat all together? They ate the whole thing, right? 1 whole, which also is the same as 3/3. Okay? Because this is 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. They ate the whole pizza. Aubrey ate all hers. Jessica ate all hers. William ate all his. Now the whole pizza is gone. There's no more left for anybody else. Okay, great job. All right, friends. So now you are moving into your work for today. So you should be on math worksheet. It says day 7, May 5th. You need to work through the problems. We did sample ones just now. So if you need to go back and rewatch something, make sure you do that. When you're done with your worksheet, take a picture of it and send it to your teacher. Have a great Tuesday.